Good afternoon, all. Paul from CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Monday afternoon, August 25th. We're looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and NQ. Total tail of two different days, A through G, H through M. The bigger picture is we have an inside day. We hold Friday's trend days. ES failed to hold the trend day up. NQ had three sets of single prints trend day up today and lost the last one in the last minute of the trading day. They lost the open in the last minute of the trading day. So very, very strange turn of events. I would not have expected them to one time frame down 3 hours from H period on down, but they did. ES goes out with a pretty decent price probe to the downside. So A's low is going to be very important tomorrow as they probed lower. Righty goes out. They went trend in L. They took it back only to go out with a decent price probe too. Now again, don't forget, we have a large set of single prints still from Friday holding, and we have a downside price probe today. NQ goes out with nothing. Nothing to hang their hat on. They have over $4 range. They have the day's high and the day's low. That is it. So somebody had asked me about, are we going to need our hard hats for tomorrow? I had said in ES, this is before we probed and before we took back the trend day in NQ. I said, ES, I wouldn't think so because the range is so small. We should come out of the inside day rather easily. Now it's become a little more difficult and they have the probe. And Q, I said it might be more difficult because we were holding trend. But now that we are not holding anything, absolutely, if we open inside of today's range in NQ and above the base of the price probe in ES, you will certainly need your safety goggles, vest, and hard hat on because you should get some massive chop. Now, it's not a disaster for the bulls. They're still holding Friday's trend day, but it's not a really nice way to finish the day of 3 hours just continually selling off like that. Now, again, I was looking for an afternoon pullback, but I knew the indices weren't in our favor, and I knew the value was unchanged all day. So we knew they didn't have those things. But in NQ's case, they had both overnights. They got the overnight low and the overnight high. They had the IB high. They had three sets of single prints. But then late in the day, they went from raising POC to lowering POC, just like ES did. So it changed things dramatically. So even though it looked like it could have been a nice short all afternoon, I didn't do anything on the short side. I had a good day, though. My first trade of the day was a short in A period. I missed the overnight low in NQ. Just missed it. And then it came back up. I thought a decent short would work. Didn't work. Lost about 10 points on it. So I was down about 10 points after A. But I did get A's high. It was acting very good at the end of the time frame. I took the long right on the turnover and popped it. And then I did very well on ebb and flows in B period. I did well on C period on ebb and flows, and then finally to pop the IB high. I did well in D period against single prints. I did well on longs in B, C, and D. Now, E period, I took a long to get the overnight high. It came back. I took it off for about a 10-point loss, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to fix lunch. Well, I ended up getting it after I got out, but that's fine. And then I did make money on two longs in H and I, thinking they could be the afternoon pullbacks. We had three sets of single prints. Now, we ended up taking them all back, but I took a long in H against the first one that filled, did okay. Took one against I when it filled, did okay. But again, after that, when I noticed POC being lowered and things just started changing, I just stayed out of it for the whole afternoon. So it was a decent day to start. Again, obviously mixed MGI. NQ ended 2-2 on our checklist sheet. And ES, the Bears, ended up coming around and winning 3-2 after being down all day once they got the IB low and the overnight low. So, again, interesting day in balance, in value. And now we have an inside day for all three of us, which is pretty cool. And then chart-wise, So here you go. It's an inside day. The volume stunk, only 49 million. So what am I calling the daily for all three of these? I'm going to call it up to balance. I don't think the bulls don't totally lose being up. Now, if we come out of it to the upside and take out Friday's high, we're back up to up. If we come out of it to the downside, unless we took out Friday's low, I don't think I'd call the daily down. I'd just still call it probably a 3-day balance. And that basically goes for all three of them. Okay? Now, if we came out of this inside day and took out Friday's low on any of them, then I would say, yeah, I would call the daily down. But unless they do that, yeah, inside day also for righty. So it all remains to be seen. Light volume, weird end to the day, the way they went up for the first half of the day and down for the second half. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to this channel. Enjoy your evening, and we will speak prior to the opening tomorrow.